Hi guys, I'm Shmee and welcome to the third part of the 2016 Where's Shmee Euro Tour. Of course, we set off from the UK, had a pretty late night getting over to Germany, and yesterday went to the Nurburgring for Car Freitag. All starting off in the FF, of course, but I'll also be jumping over to another of my cars later in the tour. Now, the problem with yesterday is that the car got absolutely filthy. The weather was horrific, and I mean, it was cleaned 24 hours before. About 36 hours ago, this car got washed, and as you can see now, and I don't think I'm being unreasonable, it is a complete and utter, total, filthy mess. It's actually kind of funny. Look at the colour of this panel here. I don't know if the camera sees it, but in person it's almost got a different colour, just because of the layers of dirt and grime and gunk that are all over it. So this video is going to be a bit of a concoction of things from this visit to sort of Dusseldorf over the next couple of days. I'm basically on holiday, but I'm going to film some stuff. I'm going to get the car washed now, then we're going to head over to Classic Remise, have a look around there, and then basically just see what happens over the weekend, sort of a combination of everything in one vlog. So let's get started, get this cleaned up. Fast forward and the car is beautifully cleaned up. It needed that, and we just had a pretty good run on the Autobahn to get to where we are now at the Classic Remise. So I'm going to head inside in a second and show you around. We've just had about 100 kilometers or so on the road though, on the Autobahn, and it was de-restricted and it was very empty. But here's an interesting observation. Cars running on winter tyres have a lower speed rating than in the summer. So that naturally means you can't go as fast as you might necessarily want to if you're in a car like this. You know, this car is capable, I think, top speed about 330, 335 kilometers per hour. So it's a very, very quick car. But with winter tyres, 250, I think, is about the limit. Kilometers, 155 miles per hour, and obviously not for a sustained period because the tyres just aren't built for that. But there are all sorts of interesting cars that appear here, but I am going to head inside and take a look around the Classic Remise. Always like walking in here because you can guarantee within moments you're going to be greeted with some pretty cool stuff, and yet no exception to the norm. We've got an F40 up there. Hey, an English registered BMW M1, old school. Cool. Keep swinging round. So I said before, the Classic Remise here works a bit like the Motor World Meilenberg in just outside Stuttgart. There's a Ford GT up there, in the sense that you can store your car here. There's another FF up top. You can store cars here, and there's also that bit through the back where there's dealerships and stuff. But you get a complete eclectic mix of cars between the sort of dealerships here and what's out on display at the front, you know, from the new stuff like the SLS Black Series up top and the Aventador down at the bottom, all the way through to a host of different things. But having already been in, I'm going to whiz straight through because there's something pretty special through here. Here we go then. Now this is one of my favourite cars out there. The Aston Martin 177. It's been a while since I featured much with a 177. 77 of them in the world. Current value something like 1.5–2 million euros. And there's one sat right here. It's just basically one of the most beautiful cars that has ever been made. It's so nice. Full carbon fibre doors. The mirror arms, if you ever were to hit this, the mirror arm is attached to the door. It's a whole new door if you knock the mirror off. Interior, pretty eclectic. Colour combo in there if you can see through the reflections. Little spoiler that rises out of the rear here. But it's just got such a wide rear. The rear arches around the wheels are huge. So much stance on the road. That is an awesome, awesome car. And, well, it's right in the middle of everything else we've got here. We've got a Speedster over there. Fleet of different Porsches. Obviously, we've got the 488 GTB here. Black with the gold wheels. This is Bratka, the sort of dealership here. Lots and lots of rather nice cars, but I'm actually going to come back to this because well, it's just awesome. That's quite a long time ago now, but I did get to drive one. A very kind owner in Abu Dhabi invited me out, and I drove a 177. I think it was probably my first hypercar maybe I'd been able to drive, and I'm never going to forget that day because that was a really special experience. I got big into the 177 because I used to have a V8 Vantage Roadster, if you remember that, back in 2010-11. Yeah, started running a website about the 177s, tracked them all myself pretty much. And I think I've seen, it's not fresh in my mind, I'd have to look back at my list, but I think I've personally seen, is it 22 177s? It's a number about that, which is utterly ridiculous. But yeah, I like them a lot, and there's one sat right there, which I'm going to go and have another look at off camera in a second. For the moment, let me keep wandering through and show you sort of what else is going on in here, because, well, there's some pretty unusual stuff like that. I don't know what that is. Corvette C2 with 600 horsepower. Okay then. That's a little bit bonkers. What else do we have? This is the moment where, normally when I make this kind of video, everybody tells me, why didn't you hover on this car, that car, the other car? Why didn't you show us that in more detail? Well, it's impossible to know everything about everything. MC Stradale. Oh, 911 Turbo. New 911. Keep coming through here. See what's around this side. Some more classic stuff. Oh, there's one thing that's piqued my interest, which I'm going to come around and show you, which would be this Lamborghini Miura. Very nice. I do think they look so cool, so low. Beautiful, beautiful design on the Miura. And yeah, no shortage of pretty nice cars in here. Let's come around the back. Look at some of the Ferraris. 512 BB. If I remember rightly, that's something unusual. Yeah, 512M. It's a 300,000 euro car. Wow. So yes, Classic Remise. Always a good stop. I try and come by these every time I'm on the tours, Classic Remise, Motor World. Just take a look around, because you never know what you're going to find. But I think we're going to set off now for Dusseldorf and go visit the city centre and see what's going on this evening in town. Koenigsallee selfies.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. How's it going? It's so busy here. This is crazy. We're just arriving at the Koenigsallee in Dusseldorf. There are so many cars around and so many people taking photos as well. Oh, squeeze through. I don't want to hit anybody. The city's crazy, but then it is a nice sunny Saturday afternoon, so what did we expect? Wow. Everybody running for the shot, and also in front of us, you know, F-Type, Turbo S is that behind, tons of nice cars around, absolutely lovely day, everyone getting their shots. This is fairly crazy. So yeah, I didn't really know what to expect, but this is one extreme, that's for sure. Let's keep driving around. It's actually now the next day, but arriving here yesterday was pretty crazy. Today though, we're just going to be chilled out and enjoying Dusseldorf a bit over the weekend. But I do have two other pretty cool videos still to come, which are my experience with Lotus and the V6 Cup R at Hethel, and then taking my ARDS National B race license at Snetterton last week. So those two videos are both going to come next while I take a little bit of a break before I get back to some more pretty cool stuff out here in Germany, then take the FF back to the UK, do some things back there, and then get back on the road in one of the other cars, over back here to Germany. It sounds a little bit crazy, I know, but that's half the fun of the Where's Shmee tour, just packing this itinerary full of ridiculously cool stuff. So 2 more pretty cool videos to come with Lotus. Visiting Classic Remise was really cool, as always, seeing the 177, and then a big thanks to everyone here who has sent me the photos that they took of the car as we arrived. It's really, really cool. I'm going to wrap up there though, we're going out for lunch, and I will catch up with you again very soon. Cheers! Okay, so here we go, P1 time. Got the lift system up already, that's going to make it easy to get.
If Porsche offered me a GT3 RS, I would not take a second to think about buying one.
Let's jump in.